to reach out to the elite society, business community of the rich section of the society, but it's also equally important to reach out to those who are poor, to those who are not connected, to those who are not reachable. The way Bangladesh's telecommunication network grows and conduct their rollout, I have some dissatisfaction there. So I believe this will not continue in case of 5G. We must pave a path. We must lay an evolution path, network evolution path that accommodates everyone, that goes from the hill to the plain and from the riverine to the villages and from the metropolitan areas to the district level, to the small cities. So this is very important. When you set the rollout modality, it has to be accommodative. I wish Robi and other Robi's competitors will take an inclusive path of rolling out 5G. So when it's 5G, it's a latency game. But why do I play this latency game? This has to be answered. The most important thing is whether I have enough use cases to roll out 5G. So it's commonly, openly said that Bangladesh's 5G rollout use cases are not developed. The question has to be answered, who will be developing these use cases? Is it the regulator? Is it the government machineries, or is the industry itself? I think it has to be conducted by all. So the very first thing, why quality 5G rollout has been delayed is that our over-dependency on the legacy technologies like 2G. We could not migrate 2G traffics in a great detail so that we could not free our spectrum. And we are occupying all those valuable low-band spectrum by 2G uses. So this has to be realized first. And when we realize, we from regulator and you from the operator, you have to design services in a way that we encourage and we incentivize our customers so that they have an exit incentive to go out of the 2G era and also they come to the new era like 4G or 5G. 4G is not only just connection, it's more like massive connection and service, digital service. It's related to digital services. So our BTRC chairman has said that one of the massive thing why we should go for 5G is those use cases that needs ultra low latency, as low as 1 millisecond to 10 milliseconds, where nominally 4G operates above 20 or 30 milliseconds. So as of today, probably 400 operators in the world has rolled out 5G in the world. And so Robi will be 400 plus and first in Bangladesh. Among this, around 330 operators are non-standalone 5G. So that means it's like you have 5G ready 4G equipment. So I believe Robi is also doing non-standalone NSA 5G here. So that means it takes a little bit of less investment, but at the same time, it is also very important to make the ecosystem ready. So as we said, ecosystem has a number of parts. The very first thing is spectrum. We are trying to unleash 700 as soon as possible. BTRC is working hard. From the ministry, we have support to go for auction as soon as possible. So together with the Attorney General's office, we are working in this area. I believe very, very soon we will be offering you with the spectrum with 700. But 700 is not the only determining criteria for 5G. 5G's proper rollout. We have to release as much frequency from 800, 900 also. So that when we cover 5G, we cover better. Because low band frequencies, they travel much than above. So the difference, signal difference, there is a significant drop if you roll out 5G and 4G networks with 2100 or 1800 or upper layer or mid layer frequencies. So that is the fundamental problem we have at this moment. So having this status quo, we have to have more sites than we should have to cover a city or a village or a cluster. We now have to deploy more sites. So for that we have to solve a spectrum puzzle that we have in Bangladesh. The second thing is the smart device penetration. It can be tabs, smartphones, or laptops, or any other smart devices. The issue is the way devices are being sold is not that attractive for our citizens. We don't have installment-based device promotion, so I believe Robi and others, because you are also stepping your foot into this area, I believe you will discover this together with the manufacturers, together with financial institutions and marketing companies. So this is also important. The third thing is use case. So use case, we need machine-to-machine communication, we need mission-critical communication, we need business-critical communication, and at the same time, we need services that are related to our people. Our people means 5G is not a technology that is demanded by the elite society of the country. 5G is something through which you have to solve the problems of every profession, irrespective of poor and rich. If you can't, then the technology maturity will take a very long time, like 4G. At this moment, the quality of 4G we have in Bangladesh is very poor, so it's not I'm not blaming a specific partner here. The whole ecosystem we could not grow. This is a collective failure of the nation. Because we are not offering with very quality 4G, our businesses are not growing. So we have to collectively realize it, and when we realize it, we will be helping each other more. Recently, we have introduced new standard of quality of service. Based on this quality of service KPIs, we will be arranging monthly benchmark, and I believe later on we will accommodate a practice that will entertain or that will award better performing that comes through this benchmark criteria, and then we have to penalize those who will be underperforming. Because the 4G services is not only the 4G and 5G services, it has to be rolled out in a way that it's not contained in a small area, because you have mobility, you have integrity, you have retainability, all those problems. So if you do not have a contiguous coverage of your 4G network, or if you do not have a contiguous capacity layer of your 5G network, then we cannot achieve things. So in that way, what I'm saying that maybe the rollout we have commenced today, it is a kind of pilot based. So we will learn enough from here. We will learn what is the actual penetration of the devices, how many devices have frequency locking issues, are those devices are readily available for 700, 800, 900, 18, 21, 23, 26 and 27, all those things. Then we have to accommodate our IoT, machine-to-machine communication, business communication, and those companies who are operating robotic arms or robotic supply chain in their manufacturing plants. So all these sectors has to be identified. Not only that, the customer segments like rickshaw pullers or others, those segments has to be identified. We have to tell a rickshaw puller that with his battery charge, how many hours more he can drive, he can pull his rickshaw. So through technologies, we have to reach every segment. Now the question comes, with 5G, we have 2G, 3G, 4G, 5G. This is impossible for an operator to maintain and continue with 4 technologies. We have to terminate, sunset at least 2. And these 2 will be what? I believe these two will be 2G and 3G. 3G, the technology and the appeal of the technology has gone. So we must sunset 2G as much as possible and release those spectrum for 4G and 5G as early as possible. And at the same time, 3G also, 2G also, the vendors' 2G equipment manufacturing life cycle is coming to an end. So we have to get prepared. So to achieve that, we have to migrate millions of devices from one technology to the other. Otherwise, this having 3 or 4 technologies concurrently, it also put pressure under our energy ecosystem. So that is also important. Quality energy is very important for telecom, and also battery storage. Having so many technologies, it pushes pressure on the energy ecosystem. So that has to be equally taken. I believe, from regulatory perspective, we will be able to set a kind of standard operating procedure for rolling out 5G together with all these things related to the ecosystem. So, as I said, the appeal of connectivity is legacy connectivities has gone. So we have to accommodate it. So the industry that is heavily dependent on voice call has to be migrated to a data-driven industry. So this has to be realized. How this will affect the government, this will affect the regulator and also the operator, because you are earning a lot from the 2G and the legacy technology. How you would like to maintain this earning from this transformation, it has to be defined, and we all have to come together. So let's target our marketing proposition in a way that every segment of the society, irrespective of urban and rural, every profession of the society, irrespective of elite and non-elite, we have to understand how, with the help of technology, we can make their life better. And then we will give a list of items where we can reach. Besides, it's also important to see the regional practices, how India became successful, how India has developed 5G use cases. So those are also equally important. So to develop the ecosystem, I believe it's an inclusive practice for all of us, from the government, from the regulator, and from the industry, and from the users. So otherwise, we will launch technology, but the technology will not pay off enough incentive to the operator, and then the technology maturity will take even longer time. So we don't want to go in that phase. So I believe the footprint that Robi has laid today will be followed by others. All the operators will launch 5G as soon as possible. Together with our regulatory effort, we will try to offer every regulatory policy that is helpful to roll out 5G faster in the villages and in the cities of Bangladesh. So thank you so much for inviting me here and giving me this opportunity to speak a few words in front of you. And at this stage, I would like to commence Bangladesh's first 5G network, and that is Robi Agiata. So I congratulate Robi's local management. I know hundreds of thousands of engineers are working 24/7. I have some personal attachment also with this company, though the office is completely new, so I don't have any memory left of this building. You have moved from old office to the new. So I congratulate all those engineers, all those professionals who are working day and night to run this network 24/7. With your network, with your service, people get critical benefits, critical services, life-saving services, commercially critical services, and personally appealing services. So I value your contribution. I value your operations. I believe your immense contribution to the society, developing the business will